everyone, this is Mrs. Shin. In term 2, we're going to start differentiation 3.6. We're going to learn it for 5 weeks and you need this workbook to work on. Okay, so the first lesson is basically revision. How would you differentiate this function? Yep, remember to put dash afterwards when you differentiate it. Okay, 6x to the power of 2 to the power of 2, that comes down and you multiply it with 6. So 6 times 2 is 12 and you minus 1 to the power, so 2 minus 1, which would be just 1, right? Okay, then plus a 9x to the power of 1, so 1 to the power of 1 is hidden, so 1 comes down, 9 times 1 is just 9, and obviously x to the power of 1 minus 1 will be 0, okay, and just a coefficient of negative 3, it's just the number, right? So that one just disappears because there's no x, okay, just like this. Alright, what if I add the last part in red plus 4 over x into the question, how would you differentiate the last term? Okay, remember 4 over x is equivalent to x to the power of negative 1. So when it has negative power, remember it's turning back into a fraction. Okay, so likewise, we can let it 4 over x into 4x to the power of negative 1. Okay, now negative 1 brings down and we're going to multiply with 4. So negative 1 times 4. And x, okay, negative 1 minus 1 will be negative 2, right? Yep, and remember putting it back, the negative power, put it back to fraction. It's going to be 4 over x to the power of 2. Okay, say question 1a was to find the derivative of the fx function. The next question in b, it says find f dash 1. So instead of x, okay, I'm going to insert 1 in these equations. So instead of x, I'm going to put 1. Instead of x, I'm going to put 1. Okay? Okay, like this, I put 1 instead of the x, and the final answer will be 17. Okay, now have a look at this example and have a go. Remember, this one has surds, okay? In that case, remember to put it back in fractional power. So here are the rules to remember from last year. Remember the first one is negative power, okay, for the above example, and this one would apply for this one. Okay, I want you to fill the gap. Okay, the first one, 2 is hidden and 1 is hidden, so therefore in this one, in the square, what will go in? 1 over 2, and likewise the next one, 2 over 3. Good. Now you need to differentiate it. Remember, you're differentiating y in terms of x. So therefore, powers come down, multiply, and reduce 1 from the power. Yep. And next one, okay, it's going to be negative a third because this one minus 1 would become that one. Okay, right now having the negative powers, I'm going to change that. Use this rule, put it in fraction. This one, put it in fraction. Okay, there you go. So therefore, x to the power of a half will be square root x. And that one, according to this one, cubic root. Okay, so this is the final solution. Okay, now it's time for you to practice your skills. Have a go at doing page 89 and 90 of the workbook. Bye-bye.